Welcome to War Selection. Juggernauts, in this series we'll be looking at the strongest and most powerful units in war selection. Specifications of the French heavy aircraft carrier. The French aircraft carrier is capable of housing 2 planes, ranging from fighters to bombers, with enough firepower to deal with the toughest of units. Coupled with 4 anti-aircraft weapons dealing 132 damage per hit, which is sufficient enough to deal with those pesky aerial foes. To top it all off, the aircraft carrier is heavily armored, having 5,000 GP, along with automatic repairs, allowing it to repair after every engagement. However, before we continue, we need to pick the winner for the previous video's giveaway. Let's spin the wheel. Congratulations to
GRWWWWW.
We'll DM you shortly. Thank you everyone who liked, commented and subscribed. No doubt there'll be more giveaways in the future. The aircraft carrier's first contender is the abstract IR-2 bomber. As soon as the enemy bomber is detected by the radar, the planes stationed on the carrier launch, quickly dispatching of the bomber before it can even get close to the carrier. Almost the same events play out against 3 bombers. One is shot down on its approach to the carrier, but that allows the 2 other bombers to get through, dealing damage to the carrier before the planes are ultimately shot down by a combination of the planes and the carrier. After the fighters detect the inbound enemy planes, they manage to take out one of the planes in the swarm, but 4 bombers manage to get through, in which they circle the carrier whilst bombing it until they're all shot down by the planes and the carrier's AA.
With 8 planes now inbound, the carrier's fighters take flight, managing to take out one of the 8 planes. However, the 7 left wreak havoc on the carrier. However, the enemy bombers meet the same fate as all previous waves, falling victim to a combination of the planes and the carrier's anti-air.
Attacking the carrier with 2 more planes, the bomber's resistance from the fighter, losing 1 bomber in the process, but manages to overwhelm the fighter defense and the carrier AA to allow for another bombing run, which finally destroys the carrier. Similar to the previous IR-2 bombers, the single porteurs is not a match for the 2 fighters stationed on the carrier, getting shot down a good distance from the carrier. The 3 porteurs manage to get close to the carrier, although losing a plane in the process, managing 1 bombing run before both planes are shot down by the carrier shortly, one after the other. Up next is a wave of 5 porteurs. As like previously, the first plane is shot down almost immediately short of the carrier. However, the other 4 planes make it past, managing to do severe damage to the carrier in their 2 bombing runs before they also get shot down. Eager to destroy the carrier, we have 8 porteurs going against it. As usual, one falls to the fighter's initial attack. However, the overwhelming amount of planes and bombs is too much for the aircraft carrier, causing it to fall beneath the waves after 2 bombing runs. Unlike the previous planes, the Holy Fox stands strong against the initial. However, as it drops its payload, the combined fire of the fighters plus the aircraft carrier leads to its death. A wave of 3 Holy Foxes not takes the stage, managing to break through the initial barrage of bullets from the fighters while shooting down both fighters as they came back around. But eventually the aircraft carrier AA took them both out after suffering significant damage. As 5 Holy Foxes approach the carrier, the planes are launched to intercept. However, due to the Holy Fox's AA capabilities, the fighters are rendered useless as they plummet to the ground, leaving the aircraft carrier all but defenseless, leading to the ultimate sinking of the ship after heavy bombardment, leaving only 2 Holy Foxes left. As the first plane approaches, like all the other encounters previously, it falls victim to the fighters as it crashes into the ocean below. With 3 planes approaching the aircraft carrier, Like before, one of the planes instantly drops to the ocean as it comes into contact with the fighters, but its sacrifice allows the other Bomber G-4Ms to break through and unleash their Sakura blossoms, dealing intensive damage to the carrier, but the combined AA is able to quickly shoot down the planes before they can go for another bombing run. Now against 5 planes, the initial plane makes the sacrifice, allowing the other 4 planes get close enough to the carrier to launch their Sakura blossoms and complete a bombing run, leading to the swift destruction of the carrier without having to complete a second pass. We've seen that although the French aircraft carrier is purely a defensive unit, with its short-range AA capabilities, it's a formidable staging ground for fighters and bombers to launch from in order to assist Allied operations, which could turn the tide of the battle. With sufficient forces and insufficient protection, even the biggest of beasts can be put down. Anyway, this has been War Selection Juggernauts, and until the next one.